Hey, good evening, everybody. We are back on the beach in the South Bay. Hope you're having a beautiful evening. Delivering exactly what you promised on the beach, live. Your questions answered in front of the water. In front of the water. It's dark, but exactly as I promised no less than an hour ago. I am walking up to the beach. This is the South Bay of Southern California, where most of the opening credits are filmed. And I'm going to flip the camera in a second so you see the long shot, so you see where we are. Let me see if I can do it here. There we go. So here's the long shot. Beautiful night. Actually, sort of empty. Actually, really empty. During the pandemic, there would be cars lined up here along the beach because that's all you could do. I mean, you could just hang out around the pandemic. If you've been with this channel since day one, you'll remember historically and hysterically, I once filmed a live show and I started over there and I started walking and I lost track of how far I had been walking. And by the time I realized how far I'd been walking, I was already 2 miles away in Timberland boots. So a big stimulus check is now available to Americans across the board. What I'm going to do tonight is, if you have any questions about what you want to ask, just go ahead and ask those questions for me in the live chat. It's your boy LALATE. Hope you're having a beautiful night. It is really dark lighting, and all the street lamps are off. Let me walk a little bit closer so you get some light. But all the street lights are off. It is the week before Thanksgiving, and it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. It's not that particularly cold. It's not that particularly hot. I'm in a tank top, obviously, and I don't even feel it. I don't even feel it. You're looking at the harbor. That is a harbor. Well, over there is a harbor. This is water. It's sad. Maybe I should have filmed earlier. That is all beautiful ocean surf. I think I probably should have filmed earlier. I was talking to someone earlier, and they said Wednesday should be a lot of fun down here. So maybe I'll come down Wednesday and film a live with you, which means I have to basically tape the shows early in the day. But now we're coming in some light. Hope everyone is good across the board tonight. Jump in the live chat. Any questions you want to ask, go ahead and ask them. Any questions you want to ask about the economy, stimulus, and everything and more, I am here to answer the questions. It's your boy, LA. How are you? How are you? There we go. Got a little bit of light. It's very, very dark overall tonight. There is literally no moonlight. The street lamp is giving me a little bit of light, and it is gorgeous. I mean, who would know, not to rub it in, not to rub it in if you're in another state, but who would know that this is November in California? It's just gorgeous weather. There's no breeze, there's no cool weather, no cool chill. It's just gorgeous. And a massive stimulus check is now available in every U.S. state. Big sums of money. And congratulations to Kimberly Romano, who got big sums of money. Hello, Dragon. This is great. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's very, very dark. I mean, there's literally no moonlight. There's literally no moonlight tonight. But deliver it to you on the beach as promised. That's the water over there. Can't see it because it's really dark. Because there is no moonlight tonight. There's no moonlight. Is that the harbor? Well, the harbor is past those structures. This is actually all the Pacific Ocean. Can you hear the water? Let me approach a little closer. Can you hear the surf? I hear the surf. There we go. Can you see that? Let me come in closer. That is, did I do it or did I not do it? That is all the surf out there. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's very, very relaxing. That is all the surf. So do you hear the surf, Dragon? Troy, how are you? Welcome to the family. That is all the surf. Very, very relaxing. This is what I like about Southern California is that you can see that. That is the Pacific Ocean. That is literally the Pacific Ocean. So the harbors pass those lights. I did not want to film the harbor because it's a harbor. I want to give you literally the Pacific Ocean. Hence, I'm out a little bit later tonight. Can I come in closer? There we go. So that is literally the harbor. Excuse me, that is literally the Pacific Ocean. Look at those white waves. Yeah, they are great. And I gotta tell you, it's very, very relaxing. It's very. Can you hear the audio? Can you hear the audio? Isn't that amazing? It is really amazing. I mean, that's why I like it down here because it is. I mean, it's populated, but it's very, very relaxing. It's very, very relaxing, and you can hear the ocean, you can hear the surf. Amazing, just truly amazing. Stimulus checks are available in every U.S. state. There are massive sums of money, 300 different checks, $300,000. And if you watch Evenings LA, that is literally filmed right here. I'm looking for the lifeguard station, and it is gone. The lifeguard station would normally be right there, and is gone. Can you see it? I see no lifeguard station. So they have removed the lifeguard station. That is a running path or a bike path. Just amazing. Just amazing. If you have any questions about what you want to ask about the economy, stimulus, the Federal Reserve, jump on the live chat right now. I'm here to answer your questions, so long as I don't freeze to death. Let's jump with some light. There we go. Amazing, isn't it? How are you? Can you see me? Or is it really dark? I don't know. It looks sort of dark on my camera. But let me try it this way. So hope everyone is having a beautiful night across the board. Um, I only literally see two people on the beach, and it's relatively early. I mean, it's relatively early. It's barely even 7 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Um, but it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is warm. It feels like it's about a 72. No breeze. You hear the surf of crashing across the board. Where's everyone in watching from tonight? Tell me where you're watching from tonight, and I'll jump in the live chat. As Dragon says, wow, look at those white waves. Absolutely. Look at those white waves. Welcome, Troy, to the family. Welcome, Troy, and Arizona. So Dragon's watching from Arizona. Those look like fun. I mean, I don't know what they are. I guess they're motorized bicycles. Very, very fun. Most of the afternoons and evenings LA opening credits are filmed right here. Most of the images are filmed right here, so you recognize the spot. But it's nighttime across the board. Missouri. Hey, Brenda, how are you? How you doing tonight? I'm sure this is inspiring you, Brenda, because it is warmer here. Um, and this is the Pacific Ocean. This is literally the Pacific Ocean. Can you hear the surf? Isn't that wonderful? It's so relaxing. It really is relaxing. So where in Missouri are you from, Brenda? Isn't that amazing? Just truly amazing. I was talking to someone like a half an hour ago, and they talked about Wednesday. Wednesday is sort of the day before Thanksgiving. In the Midwest, it's a big day to go out, and California is not traditionally a big day to go out, but boy, um, A lot of fun ready for Wednesday. It's only 65 right here, right now. In Arizona, says Dragon. So Arizona says 65 right now in Arizona. Big stimulus is available right now, and viewers are getting it. Congratulations to Barbara Romano, who got a whopping 18 months of checks. 18 months of checks. Brent is in Cuba, Missouri, and the graphic just disappeared. Let me see what it said. Brent is in Cuba, Missouri, 80 miles west of St. Louis. So you're west of Wentzville, I guess. How's the weather where you are? It's probably pretty cool tonight. Welcome, Troy, to the family. It's strange. On tonight's recording, I'm seeing only black and white. It must be the cell phone, but I'm only seeing black and white tonight across the board. I don't know if you see color, although it is hideously black and white. Now I see some color. It's in color, says Dragon. It's cold, says Brenda. That surf is amazing. I mean, it's really just amazing. I think 70 is cold, says Dragon. Brenda says, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, historically, like a year ago or 2 years ago, I started recording over there, and I walked this way, and I lost track of how far I walked. And I was wearing Timberland boots. And I started recording over there, and I walked over here, and I'm like, what did I do? It's the Timberland boots. I was like, Lord, now I gotta walk this back? My goodness. Let's swap the camera. So how's everyone doing? So we have Dragon and Brennan in the live chat. The weather's amazing tonight. No wind. I mean, it feels like sort of high 60s. I mean, I'm never a cold, but um, it just feels beautiful. It just feels amazingly beautiful tonight along the Pacific Ocean. And I record these live shows to answer your questions, and also just give you sort of a pep chat. And I was reacting to someone today talking about where's everyone getting this money from? Let's get some light here. Where's everyone getting this money from? It's just a lot of debt. It's just a lot of debt that people are incurring, and you just sort of wonder yourself, where are they getting this debt from? You and I don't know how much credit card debt or credit card levels that people have. It's pretty easy to increase your credit card levels, from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 to 20,000. But a lot of people are just basically apparently doing that. Because when you see those numbers in from Ross and Target, clearly people are running the credit card debt up. They're clearly running the credit card debt up. And that's why you have to really get as much stimulus as you can. You have to get as much stimulus as you can. Hey, how are you? And when these debt levels are through the roof, you worry about yourself, and you certainly worry about other people. It's no bueno. It's really no bueno. I just, in looking at this economy, gauging consumer sentiment, gauging, mentalities, I just really think that a lot of people had this I deserve it mentality. I just really do. I just think they had this I deserve it mentality coming out of the pandemic. Said, I deserve it. I deserve to travel. I deserve to, have a $300 cake. I deserve to have $200 pants. And I just think they're just buying without financial budgeting at issue. I hope they're not. I hope I'm wrong, but I just think um, I've never seen anything like this. I've really never seen anything like this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of crypto, where people just start sort of extra casting around. They're like, oh, I have extra $20,000 sitting around. Let me buy some Solana. Let me buy some, Dogecoin. And, really didn't focus on what they're really buying. And for them, it was just, just buy, buy, buy. Me too. And I won't have any ever again, says Brenda. Dragon says, me too, Brenda. Let me jump in the live chat. Me too, Brenda. I got rid of mine over 15 years ago. No credit card debt for me, says Brenda. I mean, Dragon and Brenda are both talking about the importance of removing credit card debt. I mean, there are two instruments out there you can use. You can use a debit card, you use a credit card. And the people using a credit card, because maybe you have good credit, maybe you didn't spend that well, I just worry about those people. I only worry about people who spend and then don't have the cash. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I worry about people who spend who don't have the cash. I don't worry about people who spend who have the cash. Um, you know, when you're putting things on credit card and you don't have the cash for it, and the question is, what are you doing? Are you thinking the cash will come available later on because you have a job? Okay. So are you balancing your budget enough that okay, I'm getting this amount of money from the job and that'll offset the debt that I'm continuing month to month? Maybe that's what people are doing. But I don't think they're even doing that. I really don't think they're even doing it. Um, I'm very, very conscious myself of prices. The guy that just passed me, he said, nice shoes. If you heard it, he said, nice shoes. Let me see if I can shoot my shoes. Can I shoot them? No, I can't shoot them. Let's do it this way. Nice shoes. So, I know how much my shoes cost. I know literally how much my shoes cost. And I know how much shoes should cost. And I know how much shoes sometimes go up. So, I know the price points. But people who, just get on a plane and just book $500 for the plane and book $1,000 for the hotel and just book, hotel and hotel and hotel. I'm worried about this type of people across the board. Dragger likes my shoes as well. Yeah, I should do a whole channel on just shoes. I should do a whole channel just on shoes. Um, you know, when you know how much things cost, then it's not a surprise. Years ago, here's an example. Years ago, I went to a bar um, with a girl I was sort of dating, and I ordered a drink. I can't remember what it was. It was either Cuervo or something very, very basic. So I knew what I was spending. I knew what I was spending. I know how much that drink costs. It's a shot of tequila. I know how much it costs. The tab came back for two drinks at $75. Yeah, your mouth just dropped. Two drinks, two shots for $75. That's what happened to me. I'm like, why are two drinks $75? And immediately, that was not something I budgeted for the night. That was not something I had prepared for the night. Needless to say, it was not something I ordered either. But do what? This is Dragon. Yeah, two shots of tequila for $75. It was clearly not what I ordered, but more importantly, it's not what I had budgeted for. I did not budget, two measly shots of like this big for $75. And I thought to myself, wait a second, I'm a young kid out of college and I did not budget two shots for $75. What am I getting here? Did I order wrong? But more importantly, did I budget wrong? And that's what I worry about Americans, is their lack of budgeting that is really, really an issue. Now, I don't have a lot of friends that get on planes and just fly, fly, fly. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe others people that get on planes just fly, fly, fly. And ultimately, my concern is that if people just flying, 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 then what about them preparing their money? Ultimately, that's why I try to teach. Massive stimulus is available right now, but you should really only get stimulus if you're budgeting the rest of your lifestyle. You should only be really budgeting your lifestyle so that you add to it with stimulus. Dragon says, what were those 2 shots of platinum liquor? They were, I have no idea what the pitch was from the bar to say that 2 shots is $75, but, and it's not tonight if you just joined the live chat. It was just in general. People need to budget themselves. And I really don't think that people are budgeting themselves. It was a year ago today that, let's take a long shot. Let's take a long shot. A year ago today that maybe 2 miles west of those lights, along the beach, the next town over is called Hermosa Beach. And I was in a bar, and I got to tell you, I'm not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. Table after table was talking about crypto. I bought Solana. I bought, what were they buying then? Doge, and I bought this, and I bought that. The bartender. I renovated my apartment based upon this. It was all, everything was straight up, everything's straight up. And I thought to myself, this is very surreal. Everyone is self-validating each other based upon what they did. And you think to yourself, these people didn't buy crypto last year. They're all buying crypto now. And they're all bragging how much it's up. Well, what if it doesn't stay up? The bartender was a little bit different. He actually cashed out. So he actually cashed out and took his profits. But the other people were just like, well, what if everything's up? And that's sort of the same mentality I'm worried about. When we talk about stimulus, when I talk about stimulus, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about people that is just lazy. I'm worried when we talk about stimulus, massive stimulus, 4 stimulus checks in every US state. I'm worried about people that just don't realize the effort involved. Dragon's in a live chat. She has a binder. She applies for the checks. She keeps track of the different checks she's applying for. You got to keep track of what you're doing. I'm worried about people that say, I haven't heard it on the local channel. I haven't heard it in the local newspaper. When are we receiving, $5,000, $20,000 in our wallet? You're not, because that is an effort for zero. I mean, that's a zero effort. But ultimately, I'm worried that people have self-validated themselves based on that concept. Let me jump in the live chat again right now. And let me also take a long shot. Let's see if I can swap over. There we go. I wonder how many people actually have a monthly budget, says Dragon. That's a great question. How many people actually have a monthly budget? If you're on a fixed salary, or if you're on a fixed retirement, or a fixed benefits check like SSI and SSDI, do you have a budget? I mean, that's a really great question. We don't do that often on the channel. What is your budget and how much are you spending? Brendan says, I do have a budget. Dragon says, you keep track of when you apply, then who you contact and when you contact. And Brendan says, I do have a budget, which is really important. People don't talk about budgeting as though it's a bad thing, as though it's a bad issue. People just, talk about spending, but don't talk about budgeting. And Brennan has a really great point that, it's really important to keep track of what you're spending money on. You know how much money you're bringing in, but how much you're putting out. And that ultimately, one or two or three hits of a couple grand could be really, not good. Says Brenda, I want to. Should I make more recordings about budgeting? Should I make more recordings about budgeting? I mean, Brenda and Dragon raise a very important point tonight that potentially people are not budgeting. I mean, that was one of the quotes I ran earlier, that people are not budgeting their money. Should I bring that up in the recordings? I mean, that's sort of why I do these live chats, because I try to interact with you and try to get what's a critical point that we should do. That would be a good idea, says Dragon. Kathleen says yes. I think you're right. I think budgeting is really an important issue. Oh, do you hear that? I dare not walk all the way over there. But can you hear that? Well, let me walk a little bit closer. It's the otter. It's the sea otter. Oh, he stopped. It's a sea otter from opening credits on afternoons. He was barking. I haven't had the opportunity to give you a live recording of him up barking in over a year. Maybe I'll do that on Wednesday. Um, I get $7,500 from iHeat for a new furnace and a new gas stove. Will be here next week. Wow, that is incredible. Can you hear him? That's the sea otter. So, Brenna, brand new furnace and a um, gas stove. That is absolutely incredible. Great job. If you don't budget, you get lost in the overflow of life, says Kathleen. I think that's brilliant, Kathleen. I think it's absolutely brilliant. People just, um, they don't really have a good sense of what they're doing. I don't know where it comes from. I think that if you do your own bills, if you're doing your own taxes, you start to see how much things cost in a year. And you look back and you think, oh my God, did I really spend that much money on this thing? And then you realize another thing, oh, I didn't spend much money at all on this thing. Until you look at the year end, then you realize, wow, I really did not spend that much money on this subject matter. And other things you realize I did really spend that much money. Watching from Maple, what does this say? I missed it. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, it's disappearing. Someone's watching from Maple Hills, and I missed it across the board. But ultimately, I'll try to grab it again. So I think Brenda and Drag and Kathleen have a great point tonight. It's important to talk about budgeting, and people don't really do that enough. And maybe I need to hit that harder. So thank you for your suggestions. That's why I like these live shows. I learn from you, you learn from me. Falls, Washington, WA, Washington. Thank you, Dragon. And there you go. From the shores of Redondo Beach, North Carolina, in the live chat. Alice, how are you? From the shores of Redondo Beach. Have a beautiful evening, and thank you for joining me on a special Q&A on Eames LA. Thank you for all your chat and your inspiration, and we'll cover it tomorrow as well.